Molweni bantase, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If I uyaqala ungena apha, igama lam ndingu-Annelisa Sonandi, and this is my YouTube channel. Today I just want to talk about not to forgive someone. Yenza ntoni loo nto kuwe as a person, you know, and when you have forgiven someone, then ikunceda njani as a person, you know. I don't want this video to be a very long video, you know. I know, but there's a lot of people who've got issues of forgiveness. And I know it's not easy to forgive, especially if it's a very close person, you know, then maybe I could disappoint somehow or I whatever. It gets very difficult to come into terms of forgiving that person, you know. I'm going to tell you just a short story. I'm not going to make it a very long story because I don't want this video to be a very long video. I'm going to tell you a story about Njotata wam. Mna, I had a problem with my dad, my own dad, my biological dad. I was not talking to Dadam for I think over 10 years, you know, so sitting at it, not communicating with him whatsoever. Powerful, since Dabe, he never you know. He saw me when I was 14 years old, and then we stopped talking when I was 16 years old. So it was only a period of 2 years knowing him, you know, and then boom, again, relationship, you know. So I didn't even know him for that much for in a space of short space and for China is video very long, but it made me to decide when and phone I don't want to see him. I don't want to anything to do with him. He's dead to me anyway. He's dead, you know. That's what I decided to do. And then life continued for me, you know. I'll get calls when he's sick. I'll get calls sometimes, but they got an accident. There was some point at the time, but I was like, it doesn't bother me. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want anything to do with him. Whatever happens to me, it happens to him. And if he's dead, he's dead. And I will never even go to his funeral because I'm not close to him like that. You know, he's just a person. Maybe God used and that's all, it ends there. You know, I'm here in this world and I have to figure life myself. You know, that's what I told myself. And at that time, my mom was not there anymore because my mom passed away when I was 16. My mom passed away, so my mom was not there anyway, so there was no one, you know. The person that I trusted, I thought, okay, I've got Dada and he's gonna take care of me at least, and he could not, you know. Instead he decided to hurt me in a way that I didn't even not expect, you know, because as umntana you expect a lot from umzali wakho. You expect that umzali wakho is the one who's supposed to love you. Umzali wakho is the one who's supposed to tell you that uyakuthanda before anyone else can tell you. Umzali wakho is the one who's supposed to make sure that he protects you before anyone else can protect you. He's the one who's supposed to assure you that umhle before anyone else can assure you that umhle. He's the one who's supposed to akufake confidence if you don't have confidence. He's the one who's supposed to assure you about a lot of things. It's your parent before anyone else can supposed to do that. That's what we expect as abantwana from our parents, you know. And when that does not happen, isishiya sirongo, isishiya unemibuzo, ikushiya ukushiya mani ungekho right as a person, because that which that you're supposed to get from umzali wakho khange uyifumane, and now you end up having a problem like confidence. You end up having a problem with your self-esteem, and ending up having problem with anger problems, issues, just because of that problem, you know. So that happened to me. I had anger issues mostly. I had anger issues, but when those anger issues would happen, I didn't know that it was because of I'm not forgiving my father. I didn't even know. Only at a later stage that I was like, oh, okay, this is why I am behaving like this. You know, when I talked to someone, my anger issues were like, I would take my angers to I think I was taking the anger yoba dada to wrong people, you know, the nje out of the blue for no reason, you know. And now I could not understand why, you know, why is that happening? And I thought maybe it's because of my mom, that she's not there anymore, and I felt like I had no one. And to me, I was like, I had no one, but at the back of my mind, I know that ukhona utatam. And I think that loo nto yayendenza umsindo kakhulu uba ukhona, but ukhona uphi, ukhona wenzani, ukhona ndawoni, ukhona, like akananto ayenzayo ebomini bam, and he's just dead. And I was asking myself, why is this happening to me, you know? And I was very angry that why did I even went and see him when I was 14 years? Why did I went and see him? Because before that, my life was fine. I was fine. I felt like I didn't have a void in my life, because I was like, I'm not that, and to me, it was fine, you know. Only my mom had to take me to him. That's when now my life changed. Now I to be this person osazi uba unotata, but then utata ungandifuniyo, you know. So it was really an issue. It was really an issue. But then at a later stage in my life, you know, because I'm a Christian and I believe in God and I believe in the Bible, and it's preached in the Bible, we must forgive, you know, we must forgive those who wrong us, you know. It is something that we're supposed to do as Christians. You can't negotiate it. It's something that, it's a mandate. We need to do it. We're supposed to do it. You can't have a grudge on someone. It's not good, because as a person, even you as a person, it make your life to be stuck, and you can't really knowing that there is someone ongamxolelanga, you know. So I decided, I took it upon myself one day that, okay, kudala mandi ndiqinise intliziyo, you know, kudala, and let me just go and see him. It was not an easy decision. I don't want to lie. Before I did that, I spoke to someone at church, an elder at church. I spoke to her about the problem, and I told her everything, and she was like, okay, no, you need to forgive him. And I was like, I felt like to say that I forgave him. I'm the type of, I'm very confrontational. I know myself. Ndingumntu othanda, ndingumntu you know, ndixola xa ndithethile mani nomntu. I'm like that. Ndixola xa ndithethile, andixoli if I didn't talk to you. Andixoli like at all. So I knew that even I just prayed about it and I told myself, I know that I'm lying to myself, but the fact that every time I think about that incident, I cry. The fact that every now and then it comes back to me, it means that andimxolelanga. The fact that I still don't want to see him, it means that andimxolelanga. So like, for me to be fine, I need to go and see this person. That's when I'll be fine. Because if I did that, I know I'm lying to myself. I know because like ubuso ngobuso, then that's when I know that it's about right. So that's like, okay, let me take it up on myself. In 2016, I decided to go and see him. I went to see him where and Gogo, he was no longer a married person, because he was married to another woman, and nabantwana. So bengasatshadanga, he was divorced, he's not working, he was fired at work, you know, and all that. I went to see him. He was in a very bad state when I went to see him. And when I saw him, I was like, I felt like andizokwazi man ube ndimkhonfranta, because I saw the state that he was in. Hey, you know, and I was, when I saw, like, oh, I don't think I have to say anything, man, to him, because the way he is, I think, you know, it's just something else. But then when we were talking, Jay came, because when I came, they just came like this own, and it was not like the Futitana or anything. I just went there like, I had this own, and that was it. And he was excited to see me for the very first time. He was excited to see me. But, okay, yeah, he was excited to see me. And I was surprised, but he excited to see me. And when I wanted him to be excited to see me, he was never excited to see me. And like, oh, okay. Then we sat and we just talked about anything. You know, I didn't talk about anything else. But opportunity failed, because when we were just talking, he's the one who started uthetha ngento yobana Annalisa, when I asked him about my birthday, if I asked, because don't know, and he was like, I know your birthday. Like, it's me who must work to you, Annalisa, and don't. But then, Mr. Mama Hako set me back. I wanted to be a lawyer, but then I could not be a lawyer. It was bad. Kum ke ngoku it just brought back izinto zakudala ezenza into yobana ndibe kanti andisathethi naye, and I realized then uba okay, le nto wayethethile back then, he meant it nyhani. Mna I was a mistake to him, and he didn't want me, and like yes, he didn't plan me, but both yena notata nomama bandenza ndabakhona, but he felt like loo nto leyo ayizange isuke kuba zange akwazi uba yi-lawyer because of me. Uyayimenshina all the time, and he mentioned again. So I just decided, okay, this is an opportunity for me to say what I wanted to say, because he's saying it again. So surely lo mntu le nto aka-understand uba wrong, ka-understand uba wrong, aka-understand uba indenza ndifile njani as a person, aka-understand uba the reason uba ndibe kanti zange ndithethe naye for all these years, why, he doesn't understand. And then I started confronting him, but okay, do you understand? But what you are saying now, you said it 10 years back, and when he said all those things 10 years back, he was drunk, guys. He was drunk. So when he was saying them now and he was sober, I was like, oh, so he meant everything that he said. That's why he never apologized back then, because he meant everything that he said back then, and he's saying it again. So I decided to talk to him, and I tell him that, what you're saying, you said it, and then like I just opened my heart, and I just said everything that I wanted to say to him. I said everything that I wanted to say him. I told him that I hated him so much for what he said, and I told him I just opened my heart, and I just cried, and I said everything. And he cried, and he was very sorry. He didn't realize that what he was saying, that it can hurt me like that. He didn't realize, the impact of what he was saying. He didn't realize. So he asked for forgiveness. We spoke and we spoke and we spoke. But guys, what I can tell is that after we have spoken and everything was resolved, I told him that I forgave him. And guys, when I went back home after all that, I had peace. Andiyazi bethunana uba ndingaexplaina njani, but I felt it. I really felt it. I felt it different. I felt into yobana something isusiwe kum. I really felt into yobana nyhani lo bendimbambile ngentliziyo and ngoku usukile. I felt it. I was light. I was just another person. I felt like, I felt very light. And I was like, wow, okay, this is how it feels. This is how it feels, nyhani, when you forgive someone. And it made me do one, because the situation that he was in, it was bad, because my dad is a professional teacher, so, but then he was not working anymore, and I could see but he's suffering. And it made me like to even pray for him. It made me I felt sorry for him. I felt bad for him. I wanted to help him. I wanted, to him to be the same person again. It just happened, and it was nothing. Like I could not. I force, but I just felt for him natural as that damn guys. Like I just felt for him, but I knew in the relationship it will never go back. Like we never had a relationship again. Daughter, I knew that we'll never be a daughter and father kind of relationship. We'll never have that. Like I knew, okay, because I knew I saw the man, I saw this basically because ndimdala ngoku, yabo. But at least the fact that ndiyazi into yobana at least ndiyakwazi ngoku umfowunela xa ndifuna umfowunela, and I can talk to him, and we can have a chat. And naye angandifowunela, and I won't feel some type of way xa ndifowunela, or andizoba like I turn for like, no, I'll talk to him as my dad. And as the fact that I know, but I can go and see him if I want to go and see him, those things nje zaveza ndenza nje uba ndifile different, but at least I know uba utata wam ukhona, even though we don't have that relationship katata nomntana that is that close, and ayikwazi ukuphinda ibhildeke, but it's fine the way it is to me. It's fine as long as ndiyazi into yobana at least now I'm in a better place, So that's what guys I wanted to share into my, like, you know, when you forgive someone and something does happen to you, you feel different. You back on that changes that you see when as a person, but no man nyani ungamxoleli umuntu, it's not good. And I learned from there. It was a lesson from me from there into wow, it's true when they say forgive. It's true when the Bible say forgive. It's really true. We really need to forgive, because iyakubambezela wena as a person into ungamxoleli, because you know, like, and I was like, I was not forgiving my dad, and the person that I'm not forgiving, I realized no into yobana what into ayenzileyo wrong, because akayazi yena the impact of what he has done, you know, and ubomi bakhe bona buyaqhubeka, and abakubomi ibumile. And I'm not, and I into yobana, you know, in everything that is happening in your life, umntu angakumosha akuthini and ube broken and ufeel into you'll never forgive that person. But I'm telling you right now, yonke into uThixo uyayazi, and he will always have your back, you know. uThixo asidenge, that's what I feel. uThixo asidenge in everything, you know. He will always have your back. If you cry to him and you tell him your heart, he will always have your back at all times. And that's what mna eyandifundisa situation of me and my dad, tobana, you know, even though it was bad for ubomi bakhe buthene the way buthene ngayo, you know, but I was like, you know, yani sometimes umntu wenza into unknowingly komnye umntu angayazi implication yayo uba ingamenzela ntoni bakhe ubomi, because like his life now is something else. Ungumntu oselayo, ewe isela kakade, but it's too much, and akanawo nomsebenzi for that matter. He was a professional teacher, you know, eqeshiwe kwa-government, and now he's not working. You know, what is that? Like, nyani, what is that? You know, we explain that uyithini into enjalo, you know. uThixo nyhani ukhona, and uThixo will always have your back. uThixo angumntu wenza into ezimbi ebantwini here and all that, but what I want to say is that pray to God about everything, and that person ongakuxoleliyo, forgive, release that person ngentliziyo yakho yonke, and uzayibona i-different bakho. You will see the light. You will see man, uzawuziva wena uba nyani, like I was holding this person, and now that I have released this person, there's a different. I know it's not easy to forgive, especially umzali, because wow, akho lula guys ukuxolela umzali wakho, akho lula ukuxolela umzali wakho. I know it. It took me 10 years, so I know it's not easy, but I know, but nokungamxolela akho lula, because you cry every night. Mna ngokubalisa nje about my dad, what he did to me, I was crying. Like, the fact that I'm not crying now, yeah, but it means a lot. I could not even talk about him. I could not even say anything about him, because I was always crying, because even the ngaphakathi, you understand what I mean? I didn't have peace with it. But ever since I forgave him, ever since I spoke to him, I had peace. And now he phones me every now and then, and we speak, you know. I don't even have a problem. Anyway, asinayo that kind of a relationship, and asoze sibe nayo. I believe that, and mama ibekhona. It's fine to me the way things are, as long as I know into yobana at least, even if kuthiwa ngoku he passes away, I can go to his funeral freely futhi andinangxa naye, yabo. So that's what I wanted to say to you guys, into yobana if you have a problem, and there's someone ungakwazi umxolela, you feel like you can't, like you feel into yobana you are so son, I've been there, I know it, you can, iyakwazeka, iyenzeka. Just pray about it and talk to someone about it, ask for guidance, and I'm telling you you can do it, and once you do it, you'll feel difference. You'll feel a change in your life. It's going to help you a lot as a person. It's going to help you a lot as a person when it will have a good impact in your life. That's all I wanted to say. So that's all I wanted to say, guys, today. I didn't want this video to be long, and it's long already. Sorry about that. Anyway, if you like this content, if you like what we share here, please do press the button and to subscribe, and also comment below, and also to share some comments about what other topics that you would like me to share about. Otherwise, that is for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this. Love you so much. Bye.